Tampa Bay doesn't even have to leave the state for their next road trip, driving down the road to take on Jacksonville. The road sign says predictions are up ahead, but first we have to check our stat map to make sure we don't get lost along the way. Say it with me, Bucs fans. Feed Ronald Jones this week.
Ronald Jones spins his way in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Jones only had 51 yards on the ground last week, but he only received 12 carries, so he was effective. He's shown flashes throughout the season, but has yet to have that breakout performance that some Tampa faithful feel is inevitable. Well, if he's going to have it, this might be the opponent to do it against. There has been no team easier to run on than Jacksonville. 219 yards on the ground at Tennessee last week, and they went into that game giving up more yards per carry than any team in the NFL. They have now allowed more than 200 yards rushing in 3 straight games, and no shocker, they have lost all 3. Plus, cranking the volume on the run game would minimize one of Jacksonville's advantages, as they are tied for the 5th most in sacks in the NFL this year. Tampa, on the other hand, is tied for giving up the 6th most, so it's one of the key matchups the Jaguars will be hoping to exploit. If they don't get to Winston, the Bucs will have a chance to tap into their biggest advantage, their receivers.
And it is caught, and it's caught by Chris Godwin, and he's going to go in for the touchdown.
It was Chris Godwin's turn last week. Him and Mike Evans have seemed like dueling banjos this season, each taking turns putting up huge games. But if they are the Bucs' go-tos when they have the ball, then Leonard Fournette is the go-one for Jacksonville when they have it.
And it is Fournette leading with the helmet and gets in there for the score.
Fournette found pay dirt twice and came up just a few yards shy of another 100-yard game. But Tampa could really make things tough on him, as they have been one of the hardest teams to run on, having little trouble with Atlanta's run game last week, while ranking 3rd in yard per carry allowed and 2nd in yards per game allowed for the season. If Fournette does have trouble finding room against that Bucs front, it's going to be on Nick Foles to start making good on that contract he signed. And this is the secondary, on paper at least, he could do it against. The Bucs held Matt Ryan in check last week, which boosted their standing and passer rating allowed, but it's still bad. And they've given up the 2nd most passing yards per game, so if Foles can't move the ball against this team, the growing chorus of Minshew is only going to get louder. Will he hold the mustache off and get his first win for his new team, or will famous Jameis get to claim he's king of Florida football? There's a signpost up ahead. Time to take the exit to Predictions Road.
Pass touchdown! Vita Vea, the defensive lineman, who was lined up in the backfield as a blocker.